The winter months are harsh, unforgiving, brutal and cold. While the festival spirit brings some warmth, the weather itself makes it a rather difficult time of the year. But here's the wonderful thing about seasons. They pass, and before you know it, you'll see the flowers bloom, the greens returning, the sun shining through. Smriti Mandhana was that ray of sunshine in an event she headlined last night as the captain and vice-captain of the Indian women's cricket team relived what has been a roller coaster of a ride, with the year 2025 drawing to a close and giving us all and many young aspiring cricketers out there the biggest life lesson. Now, it has been a tough year for Smriti Mandhana, the kind of year she wouldn't have dreamt of. But life has a way of throwing you a googly when you least expect it. The women managed to navigate all of it to clinch a historic title at the World Cup, and that win is the biggest turning point for Indian cricket. In commentator Ian Bishop's iconic words, a moment that will ignite a whole nation and its dreams. That's what this women's team achieved. The euphoria of it, although, was short-lived for Smriti Mandhana, who had more delicate matters to deal with on the personal front right after. And guess what she did 2 weeks post the wedding got called off? Back to the grind, back to what she loves the most. Cricket, batting and batting up a storm. Taking that World Cup win as inspiration into 2026.
I don't think I love anything in life more than cricket. So when you go out to bat or when you go out to represent your country, I don't think any other thoughts are there in the mind. When you put on the Indian jersey, the only thing you want to do is represent India and win the match for the country.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, the biggest motivation is that when you put on the jersey and the India is written. I mean, I always tell everyone that once you put on the jersey, you just keep all your problems aside and just be on the field.
But behind that glowing smile and that self-confidence oozing through it isn't just her own drive and passion fueling it, not just her own family, it's her cricket mates. Her family on the field, who stood by her right through it all. Jemima Rodriguez, in fact, decided to give the WBBL a skip to stay on with Smriti the weeks preceding this. And that's what I'll take away from that World Cup win. Not just these women banding together to do the impossible and cross a line they never had till that point, but the family they had grown on to become in the process of it all, that took them over the line at times of personal strife. Sport brought them together, yes, but that dressing room, that's what gave them sisterhood.
अगर ये पर्टिकुलरली वर्ल्ड कप कैंपेन की बात करूँ तो हम पिछले 2 महीने से एक साथ हैं और सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, तो बॉन्ड इतने स्पेशल बन गए हैं, जैसे जेमिमा, अरू, राधा, माई सेल्फ, रिचा एंड शेफाली, मतलब बहुत स्पेशल है। सबको पता है कि सबके लिए क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है, किस टाइम पे किसको क्या ज़रूरत है, तो हर कोई हर किसी के लिए अवेलेबल रहता था उस मोमेंट के लिए।
That's what Smriti Mandhana showed us. Grief, sorrow, where? She last helped India win a World Cup, and she's going to play a bilateral next before WPL, of course, comes calling, where she will lead RCB again. The same RCB that broke the jinx through her captaincy when they lifted the title in its second edition. That's what Smriti Mandhana does, and does better than most the world over. Moving on and never looking back. Unwittingly, Smriti Mandhana today is the face of Indian women cricketers having turned a corner. They have gone from being cricketing sheroes to inspirational women, the kind you aspire to be, defining a generation of grit, courage and the will to go through the trickiest of times that can stall and derail the very best. Come out of it, slap on a smile and show the world this is why the grandest stage belongs to you. It is truly yours, not because you have earned it, but because you know how to own it.
I was born into revolution. I inherited power like a crown. What I delivered was isolation. I built a personality cult that touched every home. Millions suffered hunger under my rule, but no one dared to speak. I ruled from palaces. My people queued for rice. I called myself the dear leader. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?